So have you ever wondered how to get started in the real estate investing game and purchase your first rental property? Well, let's dive right into it, and I'm going to explain how you too can do just that. So first of all, thanks for tuning in on another quick video to teach you more about the turnkey real estate investing industry. And many people ask me and ask us, what are the steps to purchasing their first property? And in this video, I'm going to take you step by step and explain in detail what happens in a turnkey real estate transaction and how you too can take advantage of this lucrative industry. So what we have done is we've laid out an actionable game plan that you can follow to know if that you're on the right page and doing the correct actions. So let's begin with the first thing that you need to do when starting anything, and that is setting a goal to help you get there. So we like to say start with the end in mind, right? Because if you know and we know that you want to be at, say, $10,000 a month in passive income in the next 10 years, well then what we can do is we can help you build an actionable game plan and a strategy to follow so that you can get to where you want to go when you want to get there. So when we talk to our clients, we often have them, write down in detail what they plan to get from investing in real estate, whatever that is, right? And here's a couple of the most simple but powerful questions to ask yourself in order to get the clarity that you need to effectively invest and hit your goals. So without doing this though, you might get distracted, you might get pulled in another direction without even knowing it. So as I ask you these questions, write them down in as much detail as you possibly can, and you will soon start seeing them come to fruition. It's pretty amazing once you start seeing things manifest right before your eyes. So here we go. What do you want out of real estate investing? What is it, right? What do you want out of real estate investing? Is it time freedom? Is it passive income? Do you want to, secure your retirement? Do you want to pass wealth and properties down to your kids to pay for their college education? What is it, and what is it that you want out of real estate investing? Because we all know that real estate is one of the most solid investments that you can invest in. Understand what your goals are and what you want out of it. Are you willing to invest outside of your home area, right? I live in California. I don't own rental properties in California because it doesn't make sense, right? So you need to ask yourself the same question. Are you willing to invest outside of your area to get a better ROI, to get a better piece of real estate that's going to return better and going to pay for itself over time? Do you want a turnkey solution, or do you want to do all the work yourself, right? Do you want to do all the hard work yourself? Ask yourself that. We obviously are a turnkey solution, and we can basically take you from step A to step Z and everything is done for you, but you may want to do some of the work on your own, and that's not the right client for us, right? Ask yourself, how much money do you want to make each month? How many properties is that going to take you to do that, right? Our average properties are going to, depending on if you're cash or leveraging, typically most of our clients will take a loan out on their properties for about 80% of the purchase price of the property. And those properties will then cash flow anywhere between $100 and $300 a month is on average how much these properties are going to cash flow. So ask yourself, how much do you want to make each month, and how many properties is that going to take? And in fact, what we can do through our Turnkey Property Accelerator is we can show you how to take that extra cash flow, apply that back towards your mortgage, aggressively pay the mortgage down, and almost double your portfolio every 3 years by doing a cash out refinance. That's without investing any additional capital out of your own pocket. Ask yourself, what can you comfortably invest at this moment? What do you have saved up between your checking account, your savings account, maybe any other stocks or bonds that you want to liquidate, or mutual funds, even a 401k, right? We can show you how to self-direct a 401k. You can take a loan against your 401k. Ask yourself how much equity you have in your primary residence, right? A lot of our clients have lots of equity in their primary residence, and that money that is sitting there making 0% return on investment, right? Equity is making nothing. So if we can show you how to pull some equity out and invest that money to go make 10, 15, or 20% on that money, that makes a lot of sense, right? So understand where your current financial situation is at, and that will better help you get to where you want to go. Have you thought of investing with other people, right? Maybe putting a friends and family program together and showing them how to successfully invest. That's another option. A lot of our clients also do that. They will partner up with friends and family members to create a small little investment fund and go and buy a portfolio of properties. Now, the second step is to find the property that piques your interest, right? So, since we work in some of the top markets across the country and we have a database filled with dozens of great investment properties, I'm very, very confident that there's going to be an option that's going to work for you. And that's why we have specially trained investment counselors that are real life real estate experts, and they're going to help you choose the property that best matches your investment style and your goals. So when choosing a property, we look at many factors such as, what's the inventory going on, what's the size, what's the rental potential, what's the neighborhood demand, what's the ROI, the cap rate, many other factors. We actually have a 62-point due diligence process when it comes to acquiring properties. And we'll educate you more on that as time goes on and as you start speaking to an investment counselor. But essentially what we're doing is we're looking for properties that can make anywhere between kind of an 8 and 20 or more % cash on cash return, so that you're going to be a happy investor. You're going to get residual income out of that, right? You're going to be able to not only cover all of your expenses, but you're going to have money left over at the end of the month to use as cash flow. Use that however you want to use that. The best thing that you can do when you talk with your investment counselor is to let him or her know exactly what is your investment goals, right? And how did you determine those? And what we'll do is we'll work with you to help you achieve them, or we'll tell you, hey, it's probably just not the right fit and we're not the right company to work with. So whatever it is, we're going to point you in the right direction. But once we know what your goals are, there's a lot of options that we have, and we can really hand tailor and hand pick the best properties for you to review. Now, once we do that, we'll send you a list of qualified properties that meet your investment criteria. And the next step is simply just to review those with your investment counselor, pick out the ones that you like, start underwriting them, start looking at the important stats such as what's the rent, what's the monthly net rent, what are the taxes, what is the insurance, what is the management fees, the vacancy, the maintenance. All these things are going to go into underwriting a property, right? And is it currently tenanted? When was it renovated? What was the scope of work on the renovation done? We have all of this that will show you, and you'll be able to determine if this is a good rental property for you or not. I would also, recommend looking at the neighborhood. Go onto Google Maps, right? Drive around on Google Maps so that you can see what the neighborhood looks like. Take a look at the photos. What do the photos look like after the property's been renovated? And what this is going to do is it's going to give you an idea as to what these investment properties look like and what to expect from the neighborhood and from other properties that are there. The next step is to simply take action, right? So that's the last step, and the most important is you got to take action, and the best time to take action is right now, because there's never something or there's no such thing as something that's just perfect, right? Nothing is ever going to be perfect. And if you're coming into the real estate investing world thinking everything's going to be just perfect, it's probably not the right business for you, because real estate investing there's risks that come involved with real estate investing, and the properties are going to require maintenance eventually, right? Fortunately, our company does whatever we can to make sure that by the time you buy a property, those properties have been renovated to a very high standard, they're tenanted, they have a good quality tenant in, and they have property management in place. So we like to say, if you can get yourself to about an 80% comfort level and you're 80% confident, then you should take action, because there will never be a time that you're 100% sure. And if that's what you're waiting for, you're going to be sitting on the sidelines for quite a long time. So the longer you wait, typically the less ROI that's going to be out there. Prices are going up, interest rates are going up, inventory levels are low, and the worst part waiting is that the properties are typically gone, right? The good properties simply just don't wait around, because there's people out there that know that and that can take action. So once you've taken action, though, it's time to get an inspection on the property. So you found the property, you've researched the property, and now it comes time to put that property under contract. Well, now what you want to do is you enter into your due diligence phase. So now you're in due diligence phase. You typically have about 10 days from the point in time that you put a property under contract to complete whatever due diligence that you want to do. Now, when you take action, you put an offer on the property. Again, 10 days to do due diligence. We typically recommend that you get a building inspection on that property. And the building inspector is an independent, third-party, state-certified building inspector that's going to go out and is going to walk through the entire property from top to bottom, check every outlet, check every faucet, really just rip that property apart to make sure that our contractors did not miss anything during the renovation process. And the inspector, they're paid to literally go find every nook and cranny and every detail so that you have a clean bill of health, right? And that's our goal, is that once a building inspection is completed, we send our contractors back out there to fix most everything that's on that list. And that way, again, you're getting a clean bill of health, and that is a property that you know is in very good condition, and there should be very little maintenance on that property going forward. So that's basically the process of doing the building inspection and having the building inspection out there. Lastly, you want to make sure you talk to the property management company, right? And this is important because if you're going to invest out of state, you want to know that you have a good property management company. And we have really found the best property management companies out there. Our property management companies are all NARPM certified, which is the National Association of Residential Property Managers. And they do a full background check on the client. So in addition to sourcing and screening the tenants in these properties, they do all the marketing to find the tenant. When they get the applications in, they go through the full credit background check on them, criminal background check, employment verifications, income verifications. They're really doing everything to make sure that the tenants that are going into your property are very high quality tenants. And that's what we're looking for. But in addition to that, they're doing all the ongoing management, all the ongoing maintenance, and everything that needs to be done at that property, they're covering on your behalf so that you simply can sit back, relax, and collect the income on your properties. And that's basically how the process works. That's the process that we go through. That's for one property, that's for 5 properties, that's for 10 properties. It's pretty much the same thing each property that you go through. And listen, if you just start with one property, when you're ready for your second, third, or fourth, you start the process all over again. It's basically just it's a program, and it's a process that you can repeat. And that's really all that you need to do. And the great thing about our team here is that we make this process as easy as possible for you. We've done, again, hundreds of transactions. We know the ins and outs of this business, and we've been able to really refine this process to make sure that it goes very smooth. So if you ever have a question or you need us, we're here to help you, and we're here to hold your hand every step of the way. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned a little bit about the process of purchasing turnkey rental properties. It is a simple, proven process, and that's what we're here about. So we look forward to working with you, and for any more information, you can follow the information on the screen and on the page here, and it'll tell you what to do to get in touch with us. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next video.